If you're looking for the most affordable way to slap a set of quarter window louvers on your 2015 and newer fastback Mustang, look no further than the SpeedForm option shown here in matte black. Now, materials will consist of the vacuum-formed ABS plastic, along with including all of the automotive tape needed for the installation, for right around 40 bucks. Now, because there is no drilling or permanent modification needed for the install, expect a relatively simple 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here in about 30 minutes or so from start to finish. So quarter window louvers, I would say, are one of those love it or hate it modifications that most owners tackle at some point because they dig the retro styling that it brings to the table. You can certainly find them in a few different flavors, if you will, here on the site as far as designs are concerned, and I would say that these are going to adhere to more of that classic or old school look, more so than some of the other modern options that you might stumble across here on the site. And then of course there's the biggest draw, at least in this particular case, which is the price. Again, right around 40 bucks, which means even if you're on the fence about running a louver like this and end up not really digging the look at the end of the day, you're not going to be out a ton of money. What do you say we touch on the materials? And of course you are looking at that vacuum formed ABS plastic again here. So equal parts lightweight and durable. And again, these particular options are finished off in that matte black, which by the way will also be your most affordable of the bunch. You can also grab these things here on the site in a gloss black and also a couple different carbon fiber options, all of which will be a couple bucks more than the matte black, but nothing really too crazy. Now, on a similar topic, one question we do get asked a lot is that, can you paint these things? And yes, that is totally possible. However, you would just need to get them prepped and primed before doing so. Now, one thing the site is going to recommend here in this case, guys, is to grab the quarter window blackout decals, also available on the product page. What those are going to do is basically hide the unsightly backside of these guys once they have been installed from the inside looking out. Now, it's not totally necessary, but if you're looking to keep things a little bit cleaner from an appearance standpoint, certainly not a bad idea. Last but not least, guys, and this one might be pretty obvious, at the end of the day, most, if not all, of your visibility is going to be blocked out of the quarter windows with any louver in place, including these. So there's really no getting around that. But now let's get into the installation as promised. And again, peel and stick job here, guys. So figure 1 out of 3 wrenches on the old difficulty meter in a few minutes from start to finish. Now, I will say the most important part of the job is certainly going to be the prep. So just make sure you have some alcohol prep pads or alcohol on hand before doing so. And also you might want to pick up some adhesion promoter from 3M available at your local parts store, which is not included with this package. But again, to give you a better idea of how it's all going to go down, here is a detailed walkthrough.
Tools required for this install: a soapy water solution, clean rag, razor knife.
All right, the first step is we're going to take some soapy water and we're going to clean the surface that we're going to be mounting our louvers to. You're going to make sure you allow this to dry completely before sticking your double-sided tape to it. All right, so the next step is to take the double-sided tape and to go all the way around the perimeter. Now, I did prep this as well, just with that same soapy water, and allowed that to dry thoroughly. So let's get started with the double-sided tape. And make sure you have a razor knife handy. I'm going to repeat that for all 4 sides. I'm leaving about 1/8 of an inch of reveal on this side and on here. A small piece here. Okay, so the next step is to remove the backing of the double-sided tape. Just Gonna peel back with your fingernail. And then flip it up, grab by the inside of the louvers, and you're gonna wanna pretty much evenly line it up to where it is going to be placed, and it fits perfectly in here. And you're gonna press firmly all the way around. And you're gonna wanna hold it there for about a minute or so, just to make sure that that double-sided tape sticks. And you're gonna repeat all those steps that we just went over on the passenger side. All right, that's gonna wrap up my install of the SpeedForm Vintage Quarter Window Louvers. You can get yours here at AmericanMuscle.com.